Hey everybody, Hillbilly W.O.P here. I'm standing here with my 1993 Honda Accord, and for the next week this is going to be my only vehicle. That's right, no backup cameras, no technology, none of the modern creature comforts, but I don't even know if it'll make it the whole week. But let's see what happens this week driving an old classic. Man, I'll tell you, it's harder and harder to get into these older cars, but anyways. Oh baby, cold start. Oh geez, radio's going. That was not expected. Now, one thing I've noticed is I got either a squeaky belt or squeaky pulley, but it goes away here, and I'm trying to figure out what that is right now. You may be able to hear it. Squeaky, squeaky. Yeah, like I said, it goes away, and we had some rain last night, so that ain't gonna help either. But here we are inside the wonderful Honda Accord 1993. Like I said, I don't know how many times, but you know. Here we are inside, and like, there's nothing really in here other than you got cruise control. This was the LX. It didn't have all the fancy features, so all we got was a radio. We did get the AC. That's freaking awesome because, you know, it's hot. And we got our good old automatic transmission that I'm not really the biggest fan of. Here, let's see one thing that I always seem to have a problem with when I get into this car. Oh, there it is. The brake lamp light came on. I don't know if y'all see it right there. But that son of a gun, man. It's been something. I don't know. I've dielectric greased the back lights. I've checked everything. For some reason it seems to come on every so often, not all the time. And always the good old SRS airbag lights on these old Hondas. They seem to be on all the time as well. And you can still see that this baby still needs some kind of cleaning. Yeah, it still needs cleaning. I got to figure out what that squeak is before it drives me crazy. Alright, so where's your noise coming from? I want to know. I think it's one of these belts, but I'm not 100% sure here. I'm trying to figure this out here. Like I said, it goes away, and I can't really tell what the heck that noise is. But I'm sure it's probably a belt or something stupid, but it's annoying. Well, new day. Day 2 of driving this Honda Accord. I mean, it's nothing bad about driving it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like driving an old car. Actually drives really good. We found more problems here and there, and we'll go over them maybe later today as we do some cleaning up. But let's go ahead and get our start up for the day. And let's hear how this belt's sounding or what's going on. I think it's actually maybe the bearing in the power steering pump. Quiet today. That is interesting. All right, well, you know, old cars, old gremlins. See if the brake lamp. Oh, there it is. See, wasn't on last night. You know, good stuff. Went to the store. We supplied some bugs for Lars the lizard, and we're back at the Honda here. Isn't she a beaut though in the parking lot? Oh yeah, looking nice. You know, you get in the car after driving it for a second. Oh, no more brake lamp. What the frick, man? Filling up a 93 Honda Accord in 2026 just feels different. It cost me about $42 to fill up the tank, but watching that old analog fuel needle slowly climb back to full is weirdly satisfying. No giant screens, no digital animations, just the smell of gas, the click of the pump, and a dashboard that's been doing its job for over 30 years. Smart thing to do on these old Hondas is always checking your oil. I'm going to check the oil real quick because for some reason, you know, I told you that we got to fix this oil leak that didn't get 100% fixed over here because it's now dripping through the distributor. Oh, you guys can't see that. Didn't get fixed because it's dripping down through the distributor. And it's dripping down back of the engine there, blah, blah, blah. Oil seems good. Everything else seems good. Going to see the kids. Installing a car seat on an old car is way different than modern cars. No fancy latch systems, no built-in anchors, just old school seatbelts and a lot of figuring things out. It honestly took me a minute to get everything tight and secure, but once I got it locked in, it actually held really solid. And after all that, the kids loved cruising around in this old Honda. Something about riding in a 90s car just feels different. Well, Friday. Been driving this thing all week. It's been doing pretty good. You know, we have those few issues that we got to do, and just waiting on parts is really part of the game right now. But other than that, driving pretty good. Gonna go drive on the highway right now. After I got home, I decided I needed to do a really, really good detailing on this car. So I started going into the door jambs and cleaning everything and really turning this thing back to its old glory days. Getting cleaner, getting there. One of the problems was this headliner was pretty nasty, so that's where we're at with that. Getting it kind of cleaned up, everything cleaned up. Trying to make it look like maybe it rolled off the factory floor the other day. She's really come a long way. I know we've looked over this car a lot and seen how pretty it is, but geez, when I just did this full detail inside, we really transformed this thing. I mean, wow. So much cleaner, so much nicer. Really makes that red, dark red pop. Looking good. Out here messing with the old doo-doo brown, trying to figure out, you know, we got that oil leak coming out of that distributor there, so I'm trying to clean it up from where we got years and years of gunk and grime going on over here, and debating on messing with that right there. That's the shift solenoid. Taking that bad boy off and potentially cleaning it so that make sure that all that debris that got in there from when we did the changes is out of those as well. All right, we're about to take on this distributor here and pull it apart. I'm waiting on Johnny here. So what I got going on right now is I was looking over the internal pieces that we got to do here in the instructions. Now Johnny says he knows how to do this, so I'm not gonna have to do a whole lot other than film today, hopefully. Potentially I'll take off the solenoids there and maybe we can check those out as well. So that's what we got to do, is got to get these little bad boys in there, and we actually got to take apart the distributor to get in there. And yeah, looks like a lot of fun.
We're going to change the distributor lubricant.
We're really good to this morning, obviously.
Now you know how I feel almost every fucking morning.
Well, you know, I don't drink. Why does it decide to tilt like a son of a bitch there?
That's why I have to start drinking early. That way I can sleep it off. Or I wake up at a fucking 11 o'clock still drunk.
We're going to mark these at all? Spark plugs?
I'm not taking them off. I'm just taking the cap off. You got a paint marker?
I do.
That will do.
Oh, what a mess. Where is it leaking mostly? Oh, there goes one.
That should have had a set screw in it. We might need a button.
That's not a good hose. What hose is that, Johnny?
What?
Is that a heater core hose?
Huh?
Looks like it's about to burst on us.
Probably coolant.
Look.
What? It's coolant. It goes the heater core. Yeah. Yeah, that needs replaced. Like, immediately.
It's really ripped apart. Like,
yeah, it does look like it's molded with that bend in it.
Oh, that's not good.
But I'll help you find it.
Does it really need to be molded?
Probably not, but you don't want a kink in it. Whew, that was lucky. That thing did not want to come out. I don't know if it's gonna go back in. I don't know if it'll actually show that or not. But we're gonna see what we can work with.
So when we were doing this whole distributor fun jazz, a lot of fun has happened in these few hours. One, we had to replace the rotor cap on the distributor. Two, we found that heater core line was on its last leg and basically was about to pop. Once Johnny touched it, it was basically done. So we went to the O'Reilly's, which today I found the biggest two idiots you could find at the O'Reilly's, and asked them to find me some hose, but we ended up having to not go with the molded hose. We just went with the regular hose, and that'll work for now, definitely. Better than a hose that was about to pop. On the ride, old Black Betty decided to start having fits. So guess what? We'll have more to come on that. Johnny has like that face. Look at that face, man.
I told you about Dodges.
It was so good for so.
You like to learn shit the hard way.
Well,
Told you about Dodges.
well, like I said, we did pull that solenoid off of here just to see how it looked, and actually that fluid looks really good, doesn't it, Johnny? That's in there.
And there's no metal in it.
And there's no metal on our screen or anything, so we're gonna put these back on and just let it rock and roll. Apparently, maybe just these older cars and all that material I did find on the bolt, I'm sure some of those clutch materials have worn away, so it's not going to shift like it was in 1993 anymore.
Well, it probably shifted hard in 93.
Probably didn't have the best shifting trannies back then, but they were still better than what they came up with later on, at least.
Yeah.
Those didn't make it very long either.
Well, we're gonna find out if I screwed this up or not. Because there's a 50-50 shot that I've got at 180 out, and we'll know real quick. Huzzah!
Time to put some coolant in it.
Sweet! I didn't fuck it up.
I don't think we lost that much.
I didn't either.
Just getting another thing checked off the ticker list here on our 7-day challenge. I said I was going to get rid of that squeaky belt, and here we are, right, Johnny?
Yep.
The belt wasn't so pretty. It had a lot of cracks in it, so hopefully, like I said, this will fix that squeakiness. And we may even have a buyer here soon, right, Johnny?
Yeah, hopefully.
And I got somebody actually on the YouTube too. I messaged them the other day. So this may be going on here soon. Well, today is the last day of the week of driving the Honda, and we're gonna do wrap-ups and all that jazz. But right now I'm working on getting this outer tie rod out and then getting a new one in, because we could see that boot is no good and it's basically on its last leg. So right now I just got the cotter pin out. We gotta loosen that nut and then loosen the lock nut and twirl her off. She's waiting forever, finally arrived. Yep, new one is on. While I was waiting for the parts, I kind of touched up this steely there and made it a little more black, you know, so that this way when I put the hubcap on it, you don't see any rust behind it. So I went on a test drive. I'm going on a test drive again after we did these tie rod ends, and it looks like Johnny's gonna have to do an alignment again, unfortunately, because if you see here, when we go straight, I'm a little dingly to the right, just a little bit. That's all right. We'll get the alignment straightened out. Should be all right. After fixing the oil leak, replacing the power steering belt, and changing the front tie rod ends, this old Accord slowly stopped feeling like just another project car. It started feeling like a little piece of the past brought back to life. And honestly, driving it this week reminded me why people still love these old Hondas so much. Simple, honest, comfortable, just enough personality to make every drive feel special. The craziest part is, cars like this used to be everywhere. Now they're slowly disappearing. And as much as I'd love to keep this one around, part of the journey is eventually letting it go so the next project can happen. But for 1 week in 2026, this old Honda Accord got to feel brand new again. So I drove around this thing for the last week. You know, it did pretty good. It had its little hiccups, kind of did like a little shakedown really on this thing. You know, we got it, we brought it back to life, but there's always little things that pop up on an old car. So you saw the things that we got to fix. I appreciate everybody so much for liking and subscribing on these videos. Love you guys. Remember, we can't fix everything in this crazy world, but we can fix these old cars. Stay tuned, we got a new one coming.